Cradle to Cradle co-author Michael Braungart, who you might be familiar with, once said, "Sustainability is boring." Imagine if I asked you how your relationship was with your girlfriend, and you said, "It's sustainable." Probably not a good sign. His point, of course, was that human beings can do far more than live sustainably. Sustainability is really just the lowest bar on a wide spectrum, and at the other end is a society that both respects their environment and realizes the human potential for creativity and collaboration to create an abundant world free of waste. In Toronto, I have the pleasure of working with a dynamic team of staff and volunteers who are changing the way we consume through sharing, repairing, making, and swapping in a circular economy. So over 3 years ago, we started our first project, and since then we have opened 4 tool libraries with an inventory of over 7,000 tools. These tools have been borrowed over, these are tools ranging from simple screwdrivers and hammers to power tools like rototillers, hammer drills, and portable table saws on wheels. We've had over 35,000 loans through our program, and this reduces the need to mine, manufacture, ship, package, and ultimately dispose of these items in our communities. This tool, in particular, was from one of our locations and has been borrowed a record 94 times. So not only do tool libraries reduce the need to waste, but they also reduce the need, the money you spend. At the tool library, we charge an annual membership fee of just $50 per year to access all of our tools all year long. This tool in particular saved the community over $18,000 by this is one single tool, by you sharing it within our program. And I would have brought it here today, but unfortunately it's being borrowed right now. Here you can see that our table saw on wheels also fits on a bicycle. And that's one of the key points, is that these sharing programs work really well when they're in dense neighborhoods, and that so people can come in and both borrow an item and return it within a short radius. Over 75% of our members live within 5 kilometers of each of our locations. Earlier this year, we did a crowdfund campaign and successfully raised $30,000 for a new program that we're calling the Sharing Depot, which is Canada's first library of things. In this project, we're experimenting with more than just tools, and we're trying out camping and sports equipment, board games, children's toys, and house party supplies. The things that we surveyed our members and asked, what do you need to use just a few times a year and don't really have the space to either store these items or want to spend the money in buying them themselves. So it's important to note that over 98% of our inventory has been donated. So rather than going straight to landfill when someone's done with it, or maybe dealing with a secondhand store, Kijiji, Value Village is doing an amazing job for some items. But for us, we want to extend the life as much as possible. And these are people that simply just don't need their items anymore. And in fact, they thank us. I can't tell you how many times I've been thanked by a donor who has given us their items and now saves the clutter in their home. But of course, a lot of the tools that get donated, they're not necessarily designed to be shared in programs like ours. And that's where a repair crew comes in. So when a tool comes in that's broken, we put it in our tool hospital. And at that point, we look for our tool doctors and plastic surgeons to help us through this problem. So what these guys do is they grab a tool off the shelf when they come in for their shift. These are all volunteers. They take tools apart, they do a little surgery. Sometimes they'll actually print plastic from a 3D printer to replace a broken plastic piece. And their goal is to simply make this tool last as long as possible, and through our program, get it back into circulation. And eventually, when the tool passes away, we can then safely dispose of it. We also have a 1,900 square foot makerspace at one of our locations. And this is an opportunity for people to make things on site. So rather than take tools home back and forth, we actually have a free night every Wednesday where people can come in and actually use tools for free. Upcycling is part of the program. So look what you can do with an old pallet. But of course, our members are actually using a lot of waste wood from both our wood shop and the surrounding neighborhood, where people post different things that they can use for free, and they can build wonderful things in their backyard. or even our workshops. Actually, we've had the same wood shop certification for the past 3 years, and we've never had to use any new wood at all just scrap wood, and could train thousands of people on how to use tools safely. Beyond repairing and sharing, we also do swapping. And this is something that we do a few times a year in partnership. This past one, what we did in the spring, was with Evergreen Brickworks in Toronto. And we had actually over 15,000 items swapped in just 8 hours. These are items such as clothing, art, party supplies, sports equipment, toys. There's things that what you do, you come in, you get some credit for what you get. You bring 10 items, you get 10 credits, and you can actually go shopping without any money. This December, we'll have our 4th annual alternative gift shop, which is a place, it happens in December, during like the height of consumerism, where people are buying a ton of stuff that they want to give to family and friends as gifts. So rather than take away the gifting, we say, okay, why not bring some new or lightly used items with you? You get credits for those items, and then you can actually go shopping in our store with no money, and you can leave your credit card at home. But what does the future hold for these kinds of programs? I mean, for us, we have one of our locations within a public library, and that is one alternative, to roll these out in the public library system. But another alternative is to look for more creative ways where we can upcycle our own stores. And this is an example of something that is being done in Zurich. So you can imagine the shopping mall of the future, made of upcycled shipping containers placed in either parking lots or industrial neighborhoods like this one, where people can not only share items, but it will be surrounded by, say, community gardens, powered by renewable energy, and people can get things fixed on site, and perhaps there's even an upcycling studio. So with that, I'll leave you with that dream, because I hear, we have to dream. This is the Zero Waste Conference, and I hope that is a dream that we can all share. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Ryan.